Now, when the Andrew Demko designed Shark Lock hit the scene, it delivered durability, but also fidget fun that we don't always get in a locking mechanism. And it's rare that we even get new locking mechanisms. It seems to happen like maybe once a decade. And in today's video, we're not only going to be looking at the Shark-Cub budget-friendly version, we're going to be looking at the premium version. We'll be looking at different blade designs and how they perform, along with how their little brother, the Nano-Shark, may fit into that equation. And I'm going to be running in two other spine lock designs in the Flytanium Arcade and the Snex Super Lock to really see how these all stack up. And as an added bonus, I want to give back to you guys, the Gideonstactical crew, by giving you an opportunity to get entered in to win one of the black on black premium versions of the Shark-Cub. So make sure to stick around in the video so I can share with you how you can get yourself entered in to win and potentially be the one lucky winner. Well, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Aaron. This is Gideonstactical. Let's hop on back to the shop and dive on in. Well, all right. Man, do we have some stuff to get to today. There are chapters in the timeline below, so if you want to skip ahead because I'm highlighting something or some design that you're not really that interested in, you can cruise around and explore. And as always, Demko Knives did not pay or sponsor for the content in this video whatsoever. I requested some samples. They were willing to send them over to me. I made the decision to give one of those samples away. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. I will have a link popping up here over to Demko Knives website, as well as to all the other affiliates that I partner with. So if you're interested in one of these, you can peel off anytime. Those are in the description box below, and check out one that maybe makes sense for you, or maybe none of these do. So right out of the gate, I'm going to tell you the model that I connect with, and if I could only have one of these four models, it would be. It is the budget-friendly version in the almost like sheep's foot design blade of the Shark-Cub. That's the model. This is the one that I have been using the most, carry the most, and connect with the most for a few reasons. And don't get me wrong, they all are interesting. They all have really cool features, especially the 20 CV variant with what they call, oh my gosh, I love this, artillery colored aluminum anodized aluminum handle scale. So cool. Very, very cool. And don't get me wrong, I love this blade. It's nice. But if you were to ask me, like, dude, you can only have one, it would be the other one, actually, for a few reasons. Mainly, the first and foremost I think I'm going to get to is the handle. This is why. You know, it's a small handle, and we talked about this in my best of videos from last year. We've got a 3.5-inch handle from guard, because that's where it actually matters, to the butt, the booty, which just gives me enough real estate because my knuckle span from knuckle to knuckle here is 3.25 inches. So I'm able to lock in. I don't have a bird beak to worry about like some other models, and I'm perfectly locked in. Then I can choke up on the choilage, and I'm not touching the edge, and I can get really good control if I want to, but it doesn't feel like a dedicated choil. I can depress that shark lock. It's not going to cut my finger, and boom. So I can just manipulate and manipulate. That's a word. Defilate. I'm just going to start saying all those elate words more than any other. The reason, first and foremost, is on the GRN handle, we have some texture, so it feels warmer to the touch. It has a steel liner right here. Let's see, I'm going to bust out my Nightcore. What is this? The MT1A Pro. Just bought this a little while ago. I'm going to have links for all this stuff because you guys always ask me, like, what's the mat? What's the sharpener? What's that? They're just all in the description below, so you can explore that if you want to at any point in time. So the steel liner goes just on the back here to that back pivot, and then the rest is polymer, so relatively lightweight for these. This is the reason. The warm texture and the slight contouring, it's rounded ever so slightly, along with the girth at 4.9 maximum thickness right there, 4.9 inches, versus the aluminum version for all you guys across the pond. Look at that, 3.5. So slim. I mean, it is ultra slim, and you know, the aluminum is cold. It's not nice to my tender little hands. So that's why there's just more girth there, and because the real estate is short, I just feel like more in control. I just like using. I just like using that more. Yes, the 20 CV steel is definitely going to outperform in edge retention the AUS 10, but AUS 10 is nothing to balk at. I like it a lot. It's relatively good at wear resistance, and then if you need to resharpen it, you can grab this Sharpel this sharpening system that like goes in the handle. I talk about this a lot. I really do. They didn't sponsor anything on this. It's just I like it, guys. I mean, you can easily just hone with the ceramic every once in a while, and then run it on the leather strop. You're good to go. I mean, you're ready to rock and roll. So the AUS 10, I mean, and obviously you don't have to do that as often with the 20 CV, and it's primo, but hey, hard-working steel right there. Okay, so that is the reason why I like the handle of this version. And then when we talk about the grind, why do I like the grind? Well, and just the blade shape, because this other one here is going to have a thumb stud, El Studo right there. And they're ambi, and the stud is great. I don't have any problem with studs. I like cut-ins, they're fun, and I like how I can get my finger, my middle finger, watch the birdie, and I can backflip this thing. So it is like Speed Racer. Oh my God. Who used to watch that show? On this thing, and just so fast, so fun, and so ready to rock and roll. So that's why on the cut-in, I just like the cut-in better than the stud. Personal pref. And then I swear this one is thinner. I could be wrong though. 0.9, right? 0.9 on that VISON. Same. Is it the grind? It just feels like it cuts better. I don't know. Is it a hollow? Maybe I didn't even know it was a hollow. Let's see here. This is the best way to find out if it's a flat or a hollow grind. You just run up like a ruler. And if it's concave, that is definitely a saber grind or flat grind. Let's see on here. I'm not seeing any light under there. It's not concaved. I'm saying that's a flat too. So I don't know why. I don't know why. It just seems to slice better, guys. It looks good. I like the finger slit better, and I like the way it cuts. I don't know if obviously it doesn't seem to be like any thicker or anything with the clip point. Clip point is still cool, ultra cool, but that one just kind of stands out for me in a lot of different ways. Now let's talk about action here before we get to the Nano-Shark a little bit, and just what you're getting. Now, these are all made in Taiwan. Taiwan is where they are. Taiwan makes some of the best stuff out there. I would put them on par with Japanese-made stuff all day, every day. But you get like the flat pivot with the where their factory in Pennsylvania is located. And you are getting chamfered shoulders right there, but just completely flat on the sides. Very cool. Flow-through construction. Again, zero complaints, and is really cool. Just ultra slim. It's so fun. But yeah, the shark lock right there works where you just pull it back. If you're not familiar with it, you just pull straight back, that releases it, and then you engage. Some people complain, they're like, oh, that's right where your thumb rests. With this knife, that's exactly where it rests, and then my thumb rests right on the back spine there, or hammer grip, you don't even engage. They've never been like a hot spot or a problem for me. Leave a comment below if you have owned a shark lock and it didn't work for you, but for me, it totally works. The tension is excellent. Good resistance. It's not just going to fling out the blade. You have to really do that to get it to fling, and then you just pull it back. And it operates like a crossbar in the sense of speed, and then very durable, very durable. I believe it's been so long when I tested the original Shark Lock. I think I batoned that one or smacked it, did something to it. I'll have a link popping up to that original video where you can check out the 20.5, which it was okay. I don't know. These are better. I like the Shark-Cub better than the 20.5, my personal preference. Lifetime warranty on all these, that is a bonus that Demko does on all of his particular blades. Now, let me see what I want to do here. Let's go ahead, let's talk Nano, and then I'm going to run in those competitive options, and we'll talk about some of that, and we'll talk pricing and all the rest there. Okay, the Nano is really interesting to me. At 2.1 inches overall, let's look at the stock thickness here. 0.13 according to my caliper. So definitely thicker stock right there on a saber grind. Let's just double check that. Yeah, saber grind. It's thick. It's not, it's about the same as many other pocket knives, but thick compared to the rest. But it absolutely, particularly hemp rope, which can be a bear and not be friendly to certain blades, it just ate it up. Just gobbled it up. It's going to be rocking 20 CV, made in Taiwan again. And got a big eye hole, different than the other eye hole on the Cubs. So much larger. Very easy to engage if you want to do that, but the way the shark lock is, again, you can just whoosh, 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 do that. Open and deploy. I think for probably a lot of people, it would just come down to like you have a size limitations. If you want 20 CV and you can get these two, I don't really know why you would go with the Cub. The Cub, sorry, the Nano. Unless you just really think of like a, like a razor blade, replaceable razor blade, my O knife, and now in my Carta. Delicious and nutritious. But about the same edge geometry, or sorry, not geometry, but edge length right there. But you like these type of things and you just want like an actual knife, not a fake knife, that's a utility knife. That's where I could see this coming into play. You do get really flat, thick, and this is the other attribute to kind of consider, G10 handles. So the handles are G10, and what they did, because it's shorter, my pinky just barely fits on there. It is, I would say, a 3.5 finger knife. I wouldn't say a full 4. Again, with my size hands, large size hands. But you can see it's 0.47. So it's actually, is that the same thickness as this? Hold on one second. Really? 0.48, 0.479. So it's the same. So it's the same thickness as the polymer versions of the Cub. I thought it was a little thicker than that. Anyway, the benefit to that is that it fills out your hand. It fills out your hand, so you could I can just get all the fingers on there if I do a hammer grip, and then if I back up, then it kind of pushes my pinky back. Good jimp right there. Really cool. I mean, it's cool. Snub nose looks like, I don't know, like a vulture. A vulture coming in for the kill right there. And honestly, and this is why I wanted to have this over here, it reminds me a lot, Demko came up with the Triad lock all those years ago. The Tough Light. This is the full-size Tough Light. Exact same cutting edge. That's what probably inspired this. The difference would be I have full grip because of the choil right there. Hollow grind on AUS 8 steel, so I mean nowhere near 20 CV, but like 25 bucks, 30 bucks, for this little guy. Super fun little knife. I just recently got this finally. But it reminds me a lot of that. So if you have the Tough Light from Cold Steel and you're wanting something like way upgraded with the Shark Lock, that's where the Nano, I believe, would probably come into play. And I guess that brings us into pricing before I run in those competitive options. $230. You can get $200 on the not like limited edition color combos that you see here. If you just want like black aluminum with the stonewash, 20 CV, I think you can find them, and I'll have links again in the description box below for around $200. But this color patterns, when available on the website, are I believe $230, and then $90 normal going rate for the cheap versions with the AUS 10. So at $90, that is very competitive with blades like the AUS 10 version of the Cold Steel Verdict, right there. Hopefully the camera is focusing. There we go. Triad lock, delicious and great loop over. They really did a good job with this version of the Verdict, very thin as well. So you can just see there, these are very comparable in size and dimensions, and this is around that same cost. But again, not going to get the Shark Lock, and you don't get quite the same options. But Taiwanese made AUS 10 steel, so very competitive. I feel like in that kind of arena, the 230, I believe, normal going rate for these. I mean, it seems a little high for me for Taiwanese made, but lifetime warranty, the fit and finish. I mean, the quality control is superb, and you're getting kind of a not proprietary, but basically a proprietary locking mechanism that you really have to go through Demko to get that particular Shark Lock design. So leave a comment below of these 4, which one is your favorite. As we run in these 2 competitive options here, the first and foremost is the Flytanium. The Shark Lock was actually leased out to Flytanium for the arcade right here. So that's pretty cool that he was willing to do that, and obviously shows that Andrew trusts this company to execute the designs well. S35VN as well, made in Taiwan. You get to trick out all the different handle scales. The milling isn't quite like there are some abrupt little angles here and there, but you get a deep ride recessed loop over pocket clip, and again the Shark Lock, and you just kind of get a little bit bigger blade length. I prefer this design because of the handle ergonomics over the 20.5. It's my personal preference. Starting at about $200 for this particular model. $200. So, and again, made over there, and you can customize and trick all that stuff out. So great option. I love this blade. Love, love, love that Flytanium. Then let's talk real briefly here about the Super Lock. Now, I don't know who came first. Don't really care. Super Lock, though, is an open source, meaning anybody, you yourself watching this video could potentially make a Super Lock knife. And I want to make sure I get that right. Snacks came up with the design for that. It's very similar to the concept, very smooth action, very, very similar. The difference that I found is actually geometrically, there's not as much jimping. It's a little easier on the finger, but potentially a little more likely to slide off than on the Shark. The Shark has a little bit more aggressive edge jimping right there. And for some people may say it's a little shark bitey, bite you like a shark a little bit more. This is a little softer, gentler, at least the way the CIVIVI has executed this particular model. I really like it. I mean, I hope CIVIVI and We Knives starts doing way more knives with this particular locking mechanism. I love it. I mean, it's durable, it's strong. I did crazy spine thwacks with this model, didn't have it hop or anything like that. And it's just fun, and again, because the placement doesn't create hot spots or blockage when you're dropping the knife. Made in China, I think under $100 for this model. Last I checked, again, everything below. So almost forgot, the giveaway. So how do you get entered in a win? This version right here. Let me see, let's get it out here. The black on black. I'll ship it anywhere in the world. You guys are awesome. It's just my way of saying thank you to you, the viewers. Just check out that beautiful, gorgeous blade. I think one lucky winner is really going to be stoked. Google had nothing to do. Got to make all these stupid disclaimers with this video, with this giveaway, blah, 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 blah. I'll be using Google Forms. This is what you got to do. The giveaway is running from date to date, popping up on the screen. Hop on over to the community section of the Gideonstactical page. That's where I make posts. You will see a photo of this knife stating giveaway with all of the disclaimers and terms and what you need to do to get entered in a win. I'm going to use Google Forms. You just fill out the quick form, and then at the end of the timeline, I will pick at random through the forum, random number generator, a winner, and then I will email you, and you will have 24 hours to respond. Looking forward to hooking some lucky winner up with that. So guys, there it is. Thanks for hanging with me. I hope it's been fun, entertaining, and ultimately giving you data, really give you, food for thought on when it comes to the crossback, the spine locks that are now available. What makes the most sense for you? Leave comments below, leave questions. I'll do my best to answer them. Always appreciate you guys hanging with me. And until next time, always remember to stay equipped, stay prepared, and I'll see you out there.